Shifting focus to the Indian economy, which is our first wide angle on this show. India has been the fastest growing economies in the last few years, aspires to be a $7 trillion economy in the next couple of years and is almost on track. But the latest GDP data for the second quarter has been a shocker and also a reason to now recalibrate. Growth has slowed to the slowest in the last 4 years. The recalibration needs to take place to ensure that the challenges and the opportunities that may come up during Trump 2.0, India is in a position to grab them with both hands. Yes, there will be high tariffs, but there will also be greater decoupling from China. If India has its reform agenda in place, if it's able to address to some of the data points that the GDP numbers throw up, it will be in a better position. And how does it go about doing that? This report tells you. Riding on the wave of world-beating 8.2% growth last year to a below expectations growth rate of just 5.4%, the growth outlook for India has suddenly sombered. The manufacturing sector, a crucial engine for India's economy, is now sputtering, with construction and automobiles feeling the pinch. The manufacturing PMI fell to an 11-month low of 56.5 in November. Add to this the general election cycle that halted the government's capex. The GDP shocker has forced brokerages to cut their FY25 GDP growth projections for India. RBI's 7.2% growth outlook now looks difficult. Most analysts now expect the full-year growth to be around 6%. But perhaps the most worrying statistic is the fall in real wage growth and declining urban consumption, reflected in the results of FMCG companies. This also tells what exactly the government needs to do. Pump priming the economy cannot go on indefinitely, and with the intent to cut fiscal deficit, government capex cycle is unlikely to be the primary growth vehicle. Private sector investments need to pick up. Government needs to create a robust mechanism for boosting manufacturing. Textiles, which has seen the sharpest decline, can pick up due to the headwinds the Bangladeshi textile industry is currently facing. This will create jobs. Urban middle class has traditionally been one of the strongest supporters of the BJP and also a votary of big-ticket reforms. Present economic downturn has hit this segment hard. The question remains, will this slowdown be like the 2019 one, before COVID set in? Or will the government be able to arrest this with a mix of reforms and rate cuts? Time will tell, but the country's resilience and ingenuity have always been its greatest assets.